Today's episode of Run the USA, we're going to be looking at the best races to run in the state of Texas. Hello, fellow geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, and I am glad you are here today. It's time for another episode of Run the USA, where we take a look state by state at the most highly recommended races in those states suggested by runners just like you, going all the way from 5K up to trail and ultra marathons. So, if you are looking for a race to run in another state, if you're like me, wanting to run in all 50 states, then this can give you an idea of where to get started looking. As usual, there's going to be links down in the description to all of these races so that you can check them out for yourself. Now, if you have missed all of the episodes that we have done so far, I'll have a link up here and down below so that you can look at the entire playlist at all the states that we've already covered. But today we're going to be moving ahead to the great state of Texas. We'll start with the 5Ks with the Petticolas Brewing Company Velvet Hammer 5K held in Dallas in April. Just like the first mile of a 5K race, you feel like you're running through velvet, smooth, soft, comfortable, almost gliding. At mile 2, your thirst for the finish line increases, your eyes forward, targeting your next pass. At mile 3, your legs burn, just 0.1 miles to go. Time to hammer down and finish strong, because when you cross the finish line at the Petticolas Brewing Company's Velvet Hammer 5K, tasty brews await you and you get to tell your own race tale, or just walk it. They'll still have beer waiting for you. Next we have the Cleft Strong 5K held in San Antonio in October. Choose to race competitively or non-competitively, virtually or in person at Dwight D. Eisenhower Park along the beautiful Leon Creek Greenway in San Antonio. All proceeds raised from the 5K and Kids Run event will benefit cleft and craniofacial medical research and patient care. Children born with cleft lip and/or palate have the immediate need for specialized medical assistance from the moment they're born and oftentimes continuing into adulthood. Your registration will not only sign you up for a memorable morning, but it also creates a world where those with craniofacial conditions can thrive. Moving up to the 8-milers, we have the Dallas YMCA Turkey Trot held in Dallas in November. Whether you're a seasoned runner or just starting out, there's a race for everyone at the Turkey Trot. The 5K is perfect for beginners and families, while the 8-mile race offers a challenge for more experienced runners. And for those who want to join in on the fun, the Turkey Trot is a great way to get moving and enjoy the holiday spirit. But the Turkey Trot is more than just a race. It's a celebration of community with live music, food, and fun activities for the whole family. Bring your friends and family, dress up in your favorite Thanksgiving-themed costume, and make memories that will last a lifetime. Turning to our half marathons, we'll start with the Texas Bluebonnet Half Marathon and 5K held in McKinney in April. One of the most beautiful traditions in Texas is the bluebonnets that bloom in the spring. Inspired by their beauty, the Texas Bluebonnet Half Marathon will run on the beautiful scenic trails, all paved in McKinney. Super awesome bluebonnet t-shirt and custom Texas Bluebonnet Half Marathon and 5K medals will just be a couple of reasons why you'll want to run this beautiful race. Next is the Badass Texas Half Marathon held in Waco in May. Accept the challenge of the legendary Badass Texas Half 10K and 5K. The course is run along the Brazos River, through Cameron Park, East Brazos Park, and Washington Bridge with spectacular views and, of course, hills. Following the pack-up pickup, join the Badass Texas Shakeout Run. The Badass Texas race starts and ends at Heritage Square downtown on Sunday morning. Celebrate your finish at the Finish Line Festival with good friends and free beer, an after-party almost as legendary as the race. Stay in Waco and spend your Memorial Day visiting Waco's museums, vineyards, Magnolia, and more. Next is the Tour de Fleur held in Dallas in September. Hosted by the Dallas Arboretum, the Tour de Fleur starts and finishes on the lakeside trail of White Rock Lake directly in front of the Dallas Arboretum. From there, participants run along the shores of White Rock Lake in and among the beautiful historic Dallas neighborhoods surrounding the lake. Lastly, the post-race party takes place on the Dallas Arboretum's Martin Rochuk concert stage and lawn, with entertainment and full Arboretum access for every participant and their families. As always, Tour de Fleur will feature some of the best runner swag around. Up next is the DRC Half Marathon held in Dallas in November. Come run the oldest half marathon in Texas. The Dallas Running Club Half Marathon, lovingly referred to locally as The Half, was originally organized in 1976 to fill a niche between the 10K and marathon distances. This event now stands as a fixture on the racing calendar and a premier running event in the North Texas area. The DRC Half Marathon is one of the oldest half marathons in the U.S. and is well attended by elite runners, casual runners, run walkers, and walkers. For over 4 decades, this race has been a celebration of DRC's running home, White Rock Lake, and its beautiful trails. With its scenic lakeside course and traditionally good weather conditions, this race is a final goal for some or a test of endurance for those preparing for a winter marathon. And up next, we have LaPorte by the Bay Half Marathon held in LaPorte in November. The LaPorte by the Bay Half Marathon starts from Sylvan Beach Park by the water, proceeding through LaPorte streets and onto the Fred Hartman Bridge, one of the most beautiful and unique structures in Texas. Supported by 2 sets of diamond-shaped reinforced steel towers that reach 440 feet into the sky with distinctive yellow cables that seem to glow in the sun, the effect is almost like running through a magnificent open-air cathedral. After looping back to take on the bridge for a second crossing, the race finishes at 5 Points Plaza, where the post-race party awaits with amazing food and cold beer, awards, and good times with family, fellow runners, and friends. All finishers receive a finisher's medal. If you're ready to move up to the full marathon, we'll start with the Seabrook Lucky Trail Marathon held in Seabrook in March. The Seabrook Lucky Trail Marathon races are held on the Seabrook Nature Trails, surrounded by a diverse habitat of both fresh and salt marsh, the coastline of the Galveston Bay, wetlands, and wildlife and bird sanctuaries. The course consists of crushed granite surface. In addition to participating in a single race, runners can enter one of the challenges by finishing 2 races. This popular event has been known for its enthusiastic volunteers, great swag bag, and awesome post-race party. Up next is the BMW Dallas Marathon Festival held in Dallas in December. The cornerstone of BMW Dallas Marathon Festival, the BMW Dallas Marathon, Half Marathon Walk, and 50K ultramarathon courses begin and end in downtown Dallas and highlights the best areas of the beautiful city. Along the way, runners and walkers pass through various popular neighborhoods with exciting cheer stations and on-course entertainment before finishing the race at Dallas City Hall Plaza. Experience more of Dallas with the 2024 BMW Weekend Series. Participants can take part in events on both Saturday and Sunday. Run or walk events on both days to earn a bonus medal and swag. To participate, choose any combination of events on both Saturday and Sunday of race weekend to complete the series. Those who complete the series earn an additional bonus medal and a custom ASICS finisher jacket. The Chevron Houston Marathon is held in Houston in January. The Chevron Houston Marathon kicks off the running season each January on a flat, fast course around the city. Participants can also choose to run a half marathon or a 5K. The field includes world-class elite runners as well as participants at all levels. The Chevron Houston Marathon and Aramco Houston Half Marathon have a protective cap of 27,000 participants, so make sure to sign up early and enjoy this fun event. The Cowtown takes place in Fort Worth in February. Voted America's Rave Race in 2020, Cowtown Race Weekend takes place on the last weekend of February every year and is currently the second largest multi-event race in Texas. With distances for everyone, including the Kids 5K presented by Academy Sports and Adults 5K, the 10K, Half Marathon, Marathon, and the Ultramarathon, they welcome runners and walkers of all athletic abilities. Take in some of Fort Worth's most famous sites, such as the Will Rogers Memorial Center, the historic Fort Worth Stockyards, the beautiful TCU campus, the beloved Fort Worth Zoo, and the charming Trinity Park. Finally, welcome to the finish line back home at the stunning Will Rogers. You've made it. For those looking for a trail or ultra challenge, Texas has so many to choose from, so we'll start with the Texas Endurance Runs 24-48 held in Fort Worth in July. The 48-hour and 24-hour run at the Texas Endurance Runs are definitely not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Runners need to be heat acclimated to make headway during the day and need to have a good race plan to maximize the cooler nights. But in some ways, the crazy heat is kind of the point. The runners form friendships in the face of adversity that they otherwise wouldn't or couldn't. For someone new to the sport, those kinds of connections to veterans and the tips and stories they share could be invaluable. Runners are encouraged to bring stuff to share, and the bulk of your fee benefits charity. And they have the tradition of a hand-painted brick for 100 miles instead of a buckle, because bricks are hardened by heat, just like the runners. Tejas Trail's Mellow Trail Run is held in Spicewood in September. Get your friends and family and join in on a lake party with a trail run. The Mellow Trail finish line arch is right at the lake's edge, so when you finish, you can cruise right into the water to cool off and start your floating post-race party. This means as the lake rises and falls each year, the distance will probably change slightly, so let's add ish to each distance. And that's perfect when everything and everyone stays mellow. A short drive from Austin near the small town of Spicewood, this trail running course is set on a peninsula jutting out into Lake Travis. These twisty trails are constantly flowing up and down across roots, rocks, and hard-packed trails. At times, the trail gains enough elevation to see out over the lake, which is waiting for you to jump in as soon as you finish your race. Next is one that's been on my bucket list, and that's the Ragnar Trail Texas Hill Country, held in Comfort in October. Ragnar Trail Texas is some of the best trail running you'll find in the Lone Star State. Teams of 8 come together in October and set up camp at Flat Rock Ranch, about an hour outside of San Antonio. It's the perfect way to escape to the trails. Runners conquer a series of 3 loops over 2 days and 1 star-filled night. Take in the natural scenic beauty that Hill Country has to offer. It is known as the Napa Valley of Texas, after all. The runner-friendly single-track trails wind through groves of Texas live oak, over rolling hills, around granite boulders and prickly pear cacti, not to mention the expansive views that will have you in awe. When you're not running, hang out at Ragnar Village, where you can rest your legs next to the campfire, chow down on s'mores and delicious barbecue, and relax with your team. Runners can join a night early starting on Thursday for a bonus day of camping, campfires, kumbaya, and fun. The Palo Duro Trail Run is held in Canyon in October. The Palo Duro Trail Run was started by Red Spicer as a road race and has morphed into a beautiful trail run with distances of 25K, 50K, and 50 miles. They offer a distance for everyone in the family, and it makes for a great way to see a spectacular Texas state park. The race takes place in mid-October, when temperatures can vary from freezing at the start to over 100 degrees during the afternoon. The race takes place on mostly single-track red dirt trails with a variety of rolling hills throughout the course. The course is a looped course, so you'll see people most of the day and return to the start and finish in order to meet your crew. The race has well-stocked aid stations that are manned by seasoned volunteers who are there to make sure that your every need is met. Next up is the Rocky Horror Trail Run, held in San Antonio in October. Come all ye ghouls, ghosts, goblins, and crazy running creatures, and join the Rocky Horror Trail Run on the challenging natural rocky elevated trails of Eisenhower Park a few eves before Halloween. Don't be scared, but do choose your adventure wisely, as the time warp 3.3-mile looped course will challenge and channel your inner good and evil. How many times will you do the time warp? 1 for 5K, 2 for 10K, 5 for 25K, and a maddening 10 loops for those who take on the 50K. Join the Walking and Running Dead for a spooktacular trail running experience. And while you may not have your best time, you'll definitely have the best time. Meet at the Harris Mass Pavilion after your race, celebrate your accomplishments, and enjoy some post-race refreshments from the sponsors, and get your freak on with the sounds of a live DJ sure to wake the dead. Next up, we have the Tejas Trails Rocky Raccoon 100, held in Huntsville in February. Tejas Trails Rocky Raccoon 100 is known as the perfect trail running course for veteran runners wanting a 100-mile PR, as well as the perfect race for rookie ultra runners wanting a good setup to accomplish their goal. Expect frequent and incredible, known around the world, aid station support all day and night. There are generous cutoffs and a fun atmosphere for family, friends, and awaiting crew members, with 4 times 25 beautiful loops around the lake, over wooden bridges, and through tall pines. Gently undulating trails on a bed of pine needles. Don't let the name fool you. You don't have to worry about rocks on this course, but keep your eyes on those tree roots grabbing at your feet. And finally, we have the Habanero 100, held in Cat Spring in August. Texas' hottest trail race, the Habanero 100, was born from a summer-long run gone wrong, asked the race director, and is now one of the largest trail races in the state, held in August every year with options for many distances, with the marquee event being the 100-mile distance. The relay option will also allow you to run with a team, friends, or family to complete this monumental task. Between 2015 and 2023, only 137 people have ever finished the Habanero 100 100-miler. Are you up for the challenge? Or maybe start with one of the shorter distances or team relays. All runners receive an event shirt, the race is chip time, and there are free pictures for all runners. There are belt buckles for 100-mile and 100K finishers, and medals for the 50K, marathon, half marathon, 10K, and relay teams. So there you go. Those are the most highly recommended races in Texas as suggested by runners just like you. Have you run any of these races? Have any of these caught your eye? Let me know about it down in the comments below. You can also let me know if you have any suggestions for our next state we're going to be covering, which is the state of Utah. If you have any favorite races in that state? Please drop those below and let me know about them. While you're there, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Just click that button down below. It doesn't cost you a thing and it keeps you up to date on the rest of this series and the other running content that I have coming out on this channel. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for joining me here today. I'm so glad you could be here. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. I'll see you later.